Welcome to the Resilient Insights podcast. I'm your guide on this journey, Joshua Baca, walking you through the intricate world of public policy, leadership, and the lighter side of life. On today's episode, I'm joined by Florida political operative Jamie Miller. Jamie is going to walk us through the political dynamics shaping the state of Florida, the somewhat competitive race for the U.S. Senate, races for Congress that could determine control of the U.S. House of Representatives, and so much more. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I wanted to start off with the big picture. You mentioned 2000, Florida was a battleground state won by President George W. Bush by
37.
537 votes. We're looking at a presidential race today where Florida does not seem to be contested. It's no longer a battleground state. What has happened in Florida over the last 20 years that has made this new reality come into place?
Democrats keep saying that even this past weekend, in the middle of recovery of a major hurricane hitting the state. They sent out press releases saying that Florida was in play and they're making this huge investment of $400,000 into Florida. And so, and I know, and probably most of your viewers know that $400,000 buys you about a week of TV on one cable news station in the state of Florida. You have to put that in perspective. You can get one local TV station in Tampa and one local TV station in Orlando, just the news, for about a week for $400,000 in Florida. So you might have to throw in a Jacksonville or a Fort Myers in there to hit 400,000, but you're not moving the state's electorate with a $400,000 investment. But there's also a couple of other reasons Florida's not in play. One is U.S. Senator Rick Scott. He has what I call the Bill Nelson effect. He usually hovers around 49 or 50% approval rating and gets reelected. And one of the reasons why is he's always willing to put his personal money where his mouth is. He's not going to get outspent in an election, and he's certainly not going to get outspent in this one. Rick Scott provides Donald Trump a little bit of a firewall in Florida. But I think the undercurrent that your listeners may be interested in, the Democrat Party chairman made a fatal strategic error back in June. And that was, we have 160 legislative seats, 140 are up this election. And she decided to file Democrats in all 140 of them. And while at first glance, I think, we'll make every race competitive. What you're doing is providing Republicans that have a vast majority, a super majority in at least one chamber, the ability to raise money, talk about local issues, and turn out the vote. If Rick Scott's not the firewall in the state, certainly local legislative districts will carry the day for both Rick Scott and Donald Trump in Florida.